my name is Emily, and the other day I did my first ever proper open mic gig, and it was incredible, and I just want to gush about it for a few minutes. So I've been wanting to do stand-up for a very long time. I've been writing stand-up stuff for like 2 years or something, but I've never really had a chance to actually try it. I did get to do some stand-up at work a few months ago. That was in boy mode. I've got a video about that on my boy mode channel if you're interested. But I've really wanted to do some stand-up like as Emily, so I was looking around to see if there were some open mics around here. Couldn't really find anything. And then I found this one called Queerish Open Mic in Nottingham. It's at the Hockley Emporium. And I was like, oh my God, I really want to go to that because it's specifically aimed at queer people to come in and just do open mic, whatever, singing or playing music or comedy, just whatever. And I was like, oh my God, that's the one that I really need to go to. And then it got cancelled. the whole event was just like, oh, we're not doing this anymore. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I was really annoyed. I kept trying to write stuff, looking for other open mics, couldn't find anything. But then it came back and I was like, yay, finally. So this Thursday I went to it and I'm going to tell you the story of it because I did some stand-up. It went very well. I chatted with some of the most amazing, lovely, kind, just sweet people. I saw some other amazing artists do music and other comedy and all that kind of stuff. I just had the most amazing time. So I came up with my 5-minute set and then I started practicing it like 10 times a day. It was like my hyperfixation for that week. Like leading up to it, I just couldn't stop trying to do the 5-minute and just make sure I remembered everything in it. It became a bit of a problem, genuinely. But I had my 5 minutes, I was ready for it. So then we get to the actual day of the event. It's Thursday, it is pissing it down with rain outside. I get to the tram and then the tram is going to be late, so then I get really stressed. I have to go back home and then I have to drive in. I am the most stressed I've ever been. I get into town and then for some reason the journey takes 25 minutes longer than it should because of traffic and I am just in such a bad mood. I am like driving to the thing. I was like, oh, I'll practice my stand-up while I'm in the car and stuff. Nope, couldn't do that because I was just stressed about being late. It was shitting it down with rain. I got there like 15 minutes late, like raced into the car park, raced over to the thing, and then I stood outside of the venue and then suddenly was just like, oh my God, I don't know if I can even go in. This is such a stressful thing. I don't know what to do because, if you're new here, I have anxiety. And stood outside there, heart was pounding, didn't know any of the people in there, didn't know what was going to happen, suddenly horribly terrified. But then I got the courage, I went up, I opened the door, and the first second that one of the people who ran it saw me, she just had a nice warm smile and was like, oh, hey, it's you, you've commented on our stuff. She started talking to me, and then I was just at ease. Everybody in there was just the loveliest, nicest person. I ended up sitting next to one of the other artists. Everybody I spoke to there was the nicest, most friendly, inviting people. I had such a nice time. Sorry, this is supposed to be about the stand-up, but just the venue, the people running it, the event itself, I had such an incredible time there. So anyway, back to the actual stand-up. So I ended up going on third after 2 musical acts who were both incredible. And then I stepped up and was like, okay, well, I'm going to ruin the entire vibe by just trying to be funny for 5 minutes. So I did my set. I didn't record it, sadly. So I'll just talk you through some of the stuff. But it went really, really well. People were laughing at my jokes. People were cheering and stuff. I was so good. The joke that I was most proud of, but also the most worried about people reacting badly to it, was I stepped up and I said, right, so let's get down to brass tacks because I know what you're all thinking. You're all looking at me and you're thinking, Emily, you are quite clearly not a biological. I mean, you know, you're looking at me and you're thinking, Emily, you were quite obviously not born a redhead. And that got such a big laugh. I was so happy. I was like, oh, thank God that's actually gone well. And then I could just go into the rest of my set. One of the other performers there is someone that I know from a different comedy thing that I go to. And I really respect him. He is such a good comedian. And he laughed so loud at one of my jokes. And I was just like, oh my God, I've made you laugh. That is like the biggest thing. Like making people laugh is a really cool thing. And it made me feel really happy. But like somebody I respect as a comedian, making him laugh, that was the coolest thing. Not all of my jokes landed, to be fair, but that is the point of an open mic. You find out what does and doesn't work. My final joke, I was convinced was really funny, and it didn't really land that well. So it was a whole thing about trying to research the BBC releasing articles about trans people, but how I couldn't find any of those articles, because what I did was I went online and I typed in trans and BBC, and the results were not news articles, which I thought was really funny, and I don't think everyone else got the other meaning of BBC online. But like, one person laughed and I was like, oh thank God someone got it. Like, it just didn't land very well, but that's fine. Like, all of my other jokes went pretty well. People were laughing, people were cheering. It was the most incredible thing. After I finished my set, I got to sit down, have a drink and just enjoy the rest of the evening. I really enjoyed watching all of the other performers. There was poets, there was more musicians, there was singers, there was a performance artist who did a weird like clown thing that was really weird, very much up my street, really enjoyed it. So I really enjoyed watching everyone else, but the biggest thing was just sitting and talking to everybody. I think all I've ever really wanted is to have more friends and like talk to nice people, and that is exactly what this evening was. Everybody I spoke to was so lovely and warm and welcoming and friendly. I made some new friends, I had such a good time, and I left the gig just feeling so good about myself. I left on such a high. And then as soon as I left, I got a transphobic comment. Within like the minute's walk between the venue and my car, I walked past a pub as some guys were coming out who immediately clocked me and were like, oh, you a man or a woman? But even getting a transphobic comment did not change my outlook. I was still feeling incredible. It was genuinely the happiest I have felt in a very long time. Got back to the car, just massive grin on my face. I was so happy. The event is every month, so I'm already working on my next set. I am so excited to go back, but also just to like chat to everybody again. Even if I didn't get to perform next time, I would still have an incredible time, although I do now really want to perform again. After I did the stand-up in boy mode, I was still feeling a little bit weird about it. I wasn't elated, whereas this time I absolutely was. I performed, it went well, but also everybody was so warm and welcoming and friendly, and I think that really helped me. So I'm really excited to perform again. It will definitely still be stand-up, although I do have an idea of singing a really stupid song, but I don't think I have the confidence to sing anything yet, but I'm definitely going to do some more stand-up. Anyway, I just really want to talk about this event because I had such an incredible time. I'm still riding the high from it like 3 days later. I just wanted to talk about it because I'm really happy. Oh, by the way, there are regular videos coming back to this channel very soon, I promise. I destroyed my computer a few months ago, so trying to get a new computer kind of messed up my editing schedule. But there will be regular videos coming soon. Maybe not next week. I don't really know how quickly I can get this video out, but they are coming soon. I promise I am going to get back to videos. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Click like and subscribe if you liked. My name's Emily. I'll see you in another video at some point. Bye.